Hey guys, it's Tim here, and I am trying a stream. It might not work well, and I have a few friends with me, but I guess we'll try it out. We were just playing, and I decided, hey, why don't I just try streaming? So I guess I'll try streaming. Let's see how badly this goes. So, hey guys, where are you?
I'm at the garage right now.
Which garage? There are two.
One close to the person. I'm gonna get my roaster and I'm gonna come, okay?
Okay.
Guys, and if you haven't already, subscribe.
Please.
And I'm just joking.
Well, anyway, do subscribe. So I'm just like sitting here doing nothing. Okay, maybe I'll go.
I'm coming.
I think I have like 2 viewers or something.
Yeah, it's fine.
See, my stream elements is working properly.
Yeah, just for you guys to know, he's a big technology nerd.
Okay. Now please stop.
Okay.
Where are you? Is that you or is that
J-Store?
the person I'm shooting at? Okay, that was a completely miss anyway.
Oh, there's a cup. Is that George? No.
Let's see. It says I have 1 viewer, but I think that 1 viewer is myself.
Where are you?
Hey George, real quick. Wait, I don't know if you know, but George, so I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, so don't leak any personal information, like where we live, full names, anything like that, okay, George?
Okay, where are you?
I'm at the jewelry store. Okay, this is causing my FPS to really go down because I'm streaming.
Bro, your channel is not a thing.
Yeah, it is. Just search Crazy Tim Roblox.
I know. Oh, Roblox. Oh, okay.
Is that another guy?
I don't see it. It's not in there.
Crazy Tim Roblox.
I know I did.
I need to make sure. I think my video is set at too high of a resolution, so it's like really like being annoying. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream and start a new one with lower settings because this is like way too much for my computer. So
Jewelry store is open.
Here it is. I found it.
Okay, let's see. So the stream should go back.
Okay. Oh, it was a capital C. God. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, 1 person was watching it.
Okay, so I think it's connected again. You guys can see.
72 views?
Maybe.
Yeah. You got 72 views on your first video.
I know. I've had it there for like 4 months or something. I think my stream is back up. Are things happening? Are things happening, or is it just like nothing?
I'm watching it. Let me reload the page. today? 4 5? Yeah. Okay. It's live streaming. Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't think any viewers are watching. I think I'll like. Oh gosh, yeah, my FPS is way better. Okay, so sorry guys about the rough stream. It should go better now. I have all the settings set properly. So time to actually properly stream.
Oh my god,
Don't forget to subscribe and watch again.
Be good boys.
And then let's just hope this actually goes well. I'm slowing down the internet for like everyone else in my house probably right now.
Yeah. That's funny.
So now I go and get jetpack.
Are you the only one that's watching it? Or
I
is
think
there,
so.
like, actual
Unless you
viewers?
watch. Oh, it says there.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean,
It's fine.
I just said hi in the chat.
Bruh. Guys, subscribe and leave a like to be entered into the giveaway.
There is no giveaway. Stop.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I think the stream. Oh gosh, I spelled that wrong. Yeah.
Guys, I'm the Hulk. I just destroyed a lamppost. I guess the state prison has to pay for it. So haha. That's my first crime. My first crime.
Great
I got
job.
a key card. I got a key card.
Nice. Timothy.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, where is everyone? Okay, there's a camper on top of the prison. I think it's the same tap arrester as earlier. Okay, here, I got him distracted.
Did you get what I sent you?
What?
Discord. Look in Discord.
Okay.
I sent you something.
Directly or in the group?
Group.
Okay, wait. No, cop. You distracted me and I got arrested.
Sorry. Either way though, it's important.
Right, I accidentally said it. That's okay, yeah, because my username is crazy Tim. So they all know Tim is Tim.
Yeah.
Just don't do like full last names or.
Got it. Alright.
Thanks for distracting me. I got arrested.
You're welcome. It wasn't even important at all.
Stream snipers.
Well, like, what if there was actual stream snipers? That'd be cool.
No, because no one's actually watching this stream except for like me.
Yeah. What if there's like there's like one YouTube like
Give it to me at
oh no. There's the tap arrester. Oh.
Should he switch servers? I'm getting tired of this tap arrester.
Where's
I know,
Timothy?
so am I.
Where's Timothy?
I'm coming. I got arrested.
You can't play?
I'm gonna go get you, okay?
He's at the prison?
Your brother distracted me by texting me something in Discord. So I got arrested.
Yeah, he knows.
Show us 620, give it.
Okay, well, I think we might have to get off because
Wait, don't get off. Wait, I want to see.
my brother has to do online.
I know, I have to get on at 2:30. I have to get off at 2:30 anyway.
I'll do it, I promise. Be sure. Stop.
I'll probably re-upload this live stream as a video too. So like people that.
Wait,
didn't
I'm gonna
watch-
leave the chat. I'm gonna leave the call real quick.
What are you doing? So, I guess I try streaming. So far, like on my end, it says it's working. I need to actually test
I
here.
got arrested by a tap arrester again.
Yeah, it's probably the same guy. He's annoying. I just need to test the overlays and make sure they work. Let's see.
Can we switch
Subscriber.
Okay.
And then, so. Okay, yeah, the things actually work. Okay, everything's working properly. Reload. See, I feel like the #1 issue with a lot of streams is people just don't talk, so it's like silent. And I feel like I'm doing the same thing though, but I'm trying not to. But I just get too into the game. So I guess now we go somewhere. So I wonder if my friends are can call back because they had to leave. Not sure why though. Let's see, how are my stuff doing? Let's see, that's about half. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Let me just close that. Oh wait, what was that? Oh my gosh. I think that's the tap arrest. Time to rob the J store. No. Yeah, it's not going well. I might be kind of bad at the game. It's just because I'm too busy looking at other stuff, like the stream analytics and stuff. Okay. Wait, see, what? Wait a minute, why was I losing health? I wasn't even touching a laser. Okay, good, that was just another... I don't see any cops in the mini-map. So, you guys, how do you think the live event was? I like that jailbreak live event. I should have streamed it, I think. But I was having issues with streaming, and then so I just decided to use the backup YouTube streaming server, which now it's finally working. I don't know if it's just like overloaded because of all the people at home, because of the current situation and staying at home, so everyone's live streaming and watching YouTube, talking to their friends. I do believe I had like one extra viewer at one point. Okay. I might end the stream pretty soon because I'll just end the stream pretty soon. I don't have that much time. Let me check if my friends can talk. Okay, I am currently calling them. We'll see if they can answer. Guess we should go get a jetpack. But yeah, that live event was so cool. I really liked it. And also people that weren't able to watch the stream much, I will repost it as just a normal video. Oh yeah, I wish I had streamed this, but we were trying to get the ball up into the goal to get the new rims. It just kept like glitching out and stuff. It was kind of funny. Honestly, yeah, I'm not really doing much in the game right now just because I'm so worried about the stream and how it's doing. This is my first time streaming the game. But once I get used to that, then things should work better. Let's see. Oh, so my friends actually left the game. The other one is still here, but for some reason he hung up. So I'm gonna try calling him directly. It doesn't look like he's answering, so maybe it'll just be me by myself for the rest of the stream. Yeah. I'll just see if they call me. Okay, there. Now I should actually be able to play properly because I'm not worrying about all the other stuff. Okay. So let me go pick him up because he just robbed the power plant, so he should be here somewhere. Is that him? No, it's not him. Yeah, this is an interesting mine here. Okay, so I'll ask him where he is. I know this stream is boring, but I mean, it's my first time, so you know. So I guess I should actually start playing now, because if the stream is about to end, if I'm almost done, and I haven't done much, so now I shall start like actually grinding. Is that his vehicle? Oh, that looked like his vehicle from far away. So I don't have a key card. The jewelry store is closed, I think. Yeah. The power plant was just robbed, so that's closed. And then I need someone to rob the museum. Oh, there's a train. I guess I'll go do that. If this annoying cop... How many cops are... This person, this Xenon person... Actually, I'll just rob the jewelry store. Is like really annoying. They're tap arresting and following me. Oh, wait. Maybe that's not them. Maybe I'll just stand here and kill them. Oh gosh. Where did they come from? Oh, now someone else robbed a jewelry store. There's no other weapon. Where did he come from? What? This guy is actually a tap arrester. Gosh. I don't know. I mean, my friends left, and now I'm arrested, so I might leave the game. Yeah, I might end the stream here. It's been 20 minutes. I think they might have called me or sent me a message. Okay, so it looks like my friend actually he had to get off. I guess I didn't see his message. Maybe he sent that earlier, but maybe I can call my other friend. See, he's online, but he didn't answer. Let me try again. Hello? Hello? George, I'm still streaming, by the way.
Okay. You just said my name.
Well, see, look, that's fine. You know what? Because you know how many Georges there are?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, if it's, I'm saying like no last names and like no like details about where we live and stuff. If you,
Okay.
so if it's private, just send it as text.
Okay. Where are you? I'm gonna come get you and we could rap together.
I am cutting out. I'm coming out from the sewer, or I'm in the sewer actually.
Do you want to join another server? And
Yeah, that tap arrester, the Xenon 8010 guy. He's
You wanna
so
join-
annoying.
You want to join another server and try doing the ball challenge?
I don't think it's worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, but you are live streaming, you could do it on that.
I guess that might be a good idea, actually. Let's try that. Okay, just join me.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't join the same server.
Join and
Be
I'll
a
join
cop.
you.
Be cop.
Okay. Why do you need to be cops when we're just doing the ball challenge?
So we don't get arrested or anything.
Uh,
Well, first don't join me. I need to make sure this isn't the same server again.
so join?
Wait until I see if it's the same server. Okay, good. Yeah, you can join.
Okay. I'm joining.
Okay. Why are the doors glitched open? The doors are glitched open. I decided I'll just be a person. But wait, why are all the doors glitched open?
Did Savage Gamer leave?
Yeah, he had to do other stuff.
What? Are you gonna be using a military helicopter?
Yeah, you can use the Batmobile again.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, the how come the doors were glitched earlier? I mean, at least now I have a weapon. But I don't need a weapon if all we're doing is the ball thing.
Am I a cop or a prisoner?
You're already a criminal, it's fine, just stay.
Yeah, I'll just switch you a cop.
It's
Okay.
fine, it's fine, it's fine. You don't need to.
I already. Okay, so I'm gonna spawn my Batmobile and let's go look for the ball.
Okay.
And criminals are shooting at me.
I'm not even looking where I'm walking. See, that's why actually you shouldn't be a cop, because there are tons of criminals, but there aren't many cops. I love how there are 0 people watching the stream. The one person that's watching is just me. But I'm pretty sure
Okay.
I'm gonna try a bit, but I might also have to get off because I have some other stuff I need to do. So
Okay,
the stream might end in like 5 minutes or something.
Okay, let's look for the ball.
Okay. Should I get a jetpack? Do you think it'll be useful?
Yeah, let's get the ball. I mean, look for the ball. I'm looking all over the place right now.
I think by default it spawns in front of the prison or something.
No, exactly. I don't know.
I don't know where it
last time-
spawns on new servers.
Last time me and Savage Gamer found it in front of the gas station.
Well, I mean like where it spawns in a new like server.
Okay. I don't know. Did you find it?
Not yet. Stream, tell me if you see it.
Okay.
What's that? Is that the camping cop thing? Did they move it? Oh, they moved it. Wait, which part of the map is this? Can't see because it's dark. Oh.
I don't see a ball.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe it's glitched out in this server, or it's
Maybe,
someone already.
maybe it's just hidden. Or yeah, maybe someone already scored. Maybe it's by the museum. I didn't even look there yet, I think.
I'm gonna go look.
I can go look since I'm in a helicopter, so I can just go straight there.
I don't see anything. It's not under. It's not under. It's not anywhere in the museum. Close to it. It's not at the museum. It's not at the museum. And there's a police. There's a police helicopter that keeps driving towards you up here. Is that you?
Should we try another server?
Yeah.
Okay. There should be like a switch server option, so you don't have to leave the game. Just like switch servers.
Just switch. You switch and all that.
So it looks like there was one point where there were like more than one people watching. That person left. Yeah, I'm just honestly
Okay.
curious. Wait,
Is this another server?
if I go to YouTube on my other account, okay, I mean it's recommended, but that's fairly obvious. How well is it working? People watching. That person left. Yeah, I'm just honestly
Okay.
curious. Wait. I'm taking a look at my screen. I'm taking a look at my stream real quick.
Did you see it?
Me? Oh wait, this is my my stream.
No, your the ball.
I'm not looking right now. Sorry. I'll join just a second. People watching.
You're not in the game? Oh, you are in the game.
Okay, my music is too loud. I'm just honestly curious. I'm taking a look at my screen. I'm taking a look at my stream real quick.
Did
Okay,
you see
so
it?
wait, me? Oh wait, this is my stream. This is distracting. Okay, sorry. Wait. So if I go to gaming, I think I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon, like within 5 minutes.
Okay, let's look for the ball now.
Mm.
I got my helicopter and
How do you do it by game again? Oh, do you have to go to live? I honestly don't know how you like find Roblox streams. Is it on gaming and I just didn't see it? Is that you or is that okay? Roblox.
Are you looking?
I'm right now I'm just trying to see if like people can actually see my live stream, even though I'm pretty sure they can't. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure mine's like way down at the bottom. But I will re-upload this as a video. Okay, I guess I'll go back to the game now.
I don't see it. I'm looking in my helicopter.
Alright, let me delete a helicopter. What am I doing?
Did you find it yet?
I'm looking. Actually, I think there was actually someone watching the stream, and that one viewer wasn't just me. Because now it says 0 viewers, so I'm pretty sure that was actually me. Or that was actually like someone watching.
Wait, I got an idea. Maybe the beach ball is near the beach.
Oh wait, yeah, that makes sense. Wouldn't it spawn by the beach?
Now, which one beach is it at?
I don't know, all of them. We check all of them.
Where's the biggest beach?
It doesn't matter which one's bigger, but I'm just gonna go around the whole map. You can keep looking on the land. I'm going along the beaches.
I don't think it's in the server.
Maybe we're just not finding them. I don't know. Maybe what we should do is not try to do it. We should wait until like we see it. Like we're just playing normally and we see it, and then do it then, and not just waste time looking
We
for
saw
it.
it last game and you stopped doing it. Remember?
Well, yeah, that was because remember it kind of. It ended up falling over by where the jetpack spawns, and it's a much lower elevation. There's like on the other side of a mountain or something like that. It would have been really hard to do it. Didn't you want to see one thing in like really quickly in Restaurant Tycoon?
Okay, you could join.
I'll leave this. Only for like 5 minutes, or maybe even like less than 5 minutes.
Okay, join me and I'll show you my restaurant.
Okay. This is annoying. This new Chrome update now, it asks every single time if you wanted to open the app. Sometimes it could be useful, but This is just, you know,
Did you join yet?
it's joining. Is this music copyrighted?
From what?
The game? I'm probably
What
not, but I'm just gonna mute it because like there's no point in having sound from the game. It's not like jailbreak. Honestly, my restaurant has the best name though. You gotta admit.
What is it?
Get fat here.
Okay.
Get fat here.
Okay. Did you join me?
Yeah, I'm in here already.
Okay, come to my restaurant.
I don't know where you are.
It's the only one in the server with 2 stories.
Oh, it's right by the IKEA. Oh yeah, Legends. Oh gosh, that's a lot bigger than mine. How much do you play?
Oh, you didn't see my kitchen yet.
Oh gosh. Here, let me show you mine real quick.
This is supposed to be the drive-thru, but I did not unlock it.
Oh. Hey, real quick, come here. And let me show you how bad mine is real quick. Come.
Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Where's the stairs?
Right here.
Oh. Oh.
I'm still working on this area, but this is I'm gonna make this place big chairs and big tables.
Okay, now can you come? I want to
Okay,
show you.
where-
I want to show you my tiny little restaurant. Here, follow me. Where are you? I'm right outside your restaurant. Just come.
Okay. Is it far?
Kind of. I think.
Okay, I'll just pawn my car.
Oh, no, it's right here. I think. Wait, where's my restaurant? Okay, isn't there like a teleport to restaurant thing? Oh, I have a better idea. Wait.
Get in my car. Where are you?
No. Wait. Oh, is that you in the yellow car?
Yeah.
Just drive around until you find get fat here.
Okay.
How do you get in cars?
You don't just jump in. This is supposed to be one seat, but there's space in the back.
Oh, here, turn right. It's right there. That's my restaurant.
Not bad. Wait, how is... Oh, okay. Get it. Is there supposed to be a wall here, or...
Yeah, I can't afford one.
You know what the easiest way to make money is?
What?
Get the big tables, because a lot of customers come in, and when they leave, they order a lot of stuff, and then when they leave, they give you $100 each.
Should I maybe I'll sell? Should I sell some of the small tables so I can have more big tables?
Let's see. How much money do you have right now?
110.
110?
Mhm.
Wait, let me go see how much the...
No, I can check. Let me check. I'll just teleport there. I just teleport there. Remember, there's a teleport button.
I don't have it, so I'm gonna
It
ride
is.
my car.
No, I'm going myself. Here, I'm already there.
Okay. But you don't know which one the big table is.
I know which one the big table is. Like the long one or this big square one?
The big square one.
Oh.
Right here. Just
Yeah, I
click
know.
on it.
It's too
It's
much.
160.
How about, why can't I just get a whole bunch of these?
What bunch of what? These?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. But
Wait, I can get, how much is this? No, there's a plain version. This is 120. There's a plain one upstairs for 100.
You mean this one? Right here?
No, let me show you. Come. Here, this one. It's like way cheaper. It's only 100.
Yeah, but...
I can just get two of them and put them side by side, right? Does it let you do that?
No. If you want to do that, you have to get the big table.
Well, this can be pretty big though. This can have 4 seats, right?
No, this can have 6 seats.
Oh wait, yeah, true. But it's just small though.
Two on this side, 2 on this side, 1 here.
So I guess I might sell some of the small tables, and I'm just gonna buy one now. Let me go back to my shop and just maybe. So if you can come back too, I'll just teleport because you know you can sit on that little circle thingy. Yeah. Maybe here's 16 cash. Why isn't he collecting? Okay. So maybe what I'll do is I'll sell this, or should I sell, which table should I sell? What happened? George, which table should I sell? I'll sell this one. Wait. Yeah, it looks like he disconnected. George?
Yeah, I
Okay.
disconnected.
Yeah.
I disconnected.
So look, this is what I'm planning to do. So I'm gonna put this here and have chairs all around it like that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move this one down.
Hire
And
me as manager. Hire me as
I
manager.
did.
You did?
Yeah. Then when I get enough cash, I'm gonna get another table like that.
It doesn't say I'm manager here.
Are you sure?
Well, let me find out. Let's see.
Oh,
See your order.
yeah.
He's gonna.
Let me
Yeah, I'm
move
not
this-
manager.
Oh.
Tap on.
I know how to
now
do it.
manager.
I know how to.
Now manager.
And
Now you can take orders and go make the food.
I know. See what I need to do. I just needed some money so I can get another one of those tables, and then
Okay, sell the ketchup and the mustard. You don't need it.
it doesn't do anything?
No, it doesn't. It's just the design.
Oh. No ketchup and mustard for you. Oh yeah, now we actually have some money.
No, you didn't sell the ketchup and the mustard. You sold the
I sold what?
chair.
I sold the chair. Okay, time to buy more chairs and tables.
Okay, how do you teleport?
So see the blue button that says build? It has like wrench and hammer.
Yeah.
Press that, then you, right on top of exit build mode, it says teleport to furniture shop.
It's not there for me.
Maybe it's not on mobile. So how much are those chairs? So that one's 30. Then
Which
how much
one?
is the plain one? Is that like, wait, just a minute. So this one's 50. That one's 30. And how much is this one? This one's 40. This one's more expensive than those ones.
You buy these. Come up here.
No, I'm just
These are
buying
the
the comfy chairs. The
These are the ones. These are the ones I have. These ones.
the comfy ones. Yeah,
It's
but
only 50.
yeah,
no,
but these
not-
ones are cheaper. These ones are only 30.
The dining chairs.
This one's only 30. This one's cheaper.
Okay. Or I buy this, or I buy this up here. There's one up there. This one is 60.
Oh no.
This one's 60, but it's a two seat, not one seat.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to my thing and kind of, fix things up. I think I'll sell that one chair and wait. When you sell things, do you lose money or do you get back the whole amount?
You got money, but you don't get the whole amount back.
Oh, so it's not worth
So
it.
be careful when you buy stuff, because if you sell it, you're gonna only get half of the money, or
Not only half.
only a little. Not exactly half. Maybe like a little less than the what you bought it for. Okay, that's all I know.
Oh. Okay, and then
If you're gonna buy stairs, but you cannot, you don't need them yet, don't sell them. Just keep them
okay.
in your inventory. Just keep it in your inventory for later when you actually need it. Oh, um, I'm gonna hire you as manager.
Okay.
I
See.
already have Savage and Savage as a manager. I'm gonna add you, Crazy, Tim. Okay, you can work out at my place if you want.
Okay, so let's see now what I need. I need chairs. I don't want this chair. Furniture shop. Proceed. Oh wait. Let me see. I need chairs. How much are these? 30? Wait, I thought those were 20 though. These are 50. These ones are 40. 45, 50, 55, 60, 75, 85. Okay, so these are the cheapest ones. George, did you disconnect again?
I'm not. I'm just muted right for now.
Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty toasty. Okay. So now I need chairs still. I'm gonna cook this. It's gonna take too long. So George, they're still there? Yeah, oh yeah, you're just
Yeah, I'm
muted.
still here.
Okay. I was just checking. Take that. I'm gonna take this to. I can now afford another chair. Or have I been able to afford another chair? I don't know. I shall put the chair. Okay, so should I put the chair to make it like a two-person table, or should I put it to have two one-person tables?
I'm gonna come and see.
Well, because you remember when I bought those long tables just now?
Yeah.
So should I put? Now have two chairs. Should I put both of them at one table, or should I put one at each table? For now, I'll put one at each table.
I'm gonna come look. I don't know what you're saying.
Never mind, it's fine. I made up my mind.
Here, I'm here. So you're gonna put both of these together?
No, so I haven't like this. So see, I'm just gonna, and as I make enough money, I'm gonna add more chairs to each table.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or you could put both chairs in the same table for now, and keep one table in your inventory.
See, I don't know which one I should do, but Do you think it's that important to get like walls to fully finish off
It's not
this wall?
important.
Yeah, it's not
It's
that
not.
important.
Get more chairs and tables first.
Okay.
Oh, and do you like these or do you like the ones on my store?
I don't really care.
All I did was I changed the color from white to black.
Oh, actually, maybe I should. Wait, can you do that, or do you have to have already, or when you bought it? I think you have to do it when you buy it.
You have to buy it black.
Oh,
So when you get more tables and chairs, when you get more rich or more money, you can go and switch colors. Okay.
okay.
Ooh, look, someone else joined. Was the second floor.
Do you think I should have any one-person tables?
No.
Okay. Let me go buy some more chairs.
I mean for not sure because you might not have enough money, but when you get better, don't have one tables. Come look at mine. I have four
Anyway,
kind of tables. I have four
I
kind of
think
tables.
okay.
I have tables that have three chairs, tables that have four chairs, and tables that have 8 chairs.
Okay. Let's see. So I now have. Wait, I can go buy one more chair. Just buy one more chair. It's an interesting way the developer decided to do it. I guess it's to save the resources on people's devices. But, you know, all this stuff, like when you go into the store, all this stuff spawns when you actually go in.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No, not really.
It's
Sometimes
annoying. It's annoying when you want to go in, but it helps speed it up for people with bad computers.
when I go in, when everything starts spawning, when I walk over stuff, if there's some stuff that are boxed that I get trapped in stuff. I get trapped inside sometimes.
Hmm. Your brother is.
Yeah, that's why I keep muting.
Oh. Okay. So money. I don't know how you play this so long. It gets boring, to be honest. I prefer playing things like Phantom Forces and Jailbreak. But you can't play Phantom Forces on mobile, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Maybe.
Phantom
Maybe
Forces.
I can.
I know last time I checked, but Phantom Forces is so good. I think next stream I'll play Phantom Forces.
Okay, come look. I got a drive-through now.
Okay. So yeah, guys, you want to see me play Phantom Forces? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon. Oh my god. Build my chairs. Exit build mode. Cash. Cash. I think I'll make these. I think I'll just add one more chair to each of these tables for now. And then start saving up to them. I'm gonna have to add more like kitchen stuff and then more waiters and chefs in order to keep up with tons of people. Hey George, you wanna play something else?
Okay.
What do you wanna play? What kind of games do you like?
You wanna play? Let me go.
I love how I said I'm probably gonna end the stream in 5 minutes, like half an hour ago. I'll click.
You wanna play Flood Escape?
I don't know.
How about Zombie Attack?
I've never played that. Look at the page. What kind of games are there? Hey, do you want to play Arsenal? George, let's play Arsenal. Hello?
Wait.
Arsenal works on mobile. It's like Phantom Forces, but it works on mobile.
Do you wanna play Zombie Attack instead?
Have you played Arsenal before?
I don't think so.
Can you try it,
I'll
please?
join.
Okay.
Okay. You're still playing.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Here, just join my server.
Okay.
And I think I'll end in maybe 10 minutes or something. Oh, I have a pistol. For this I can turn up the volume. You there, George? I'm kind of bad at this. Wow. Hey George, did you join? Is he still there? Why is Roblox so loud? Finally, something good.
Okay. What do I do here? What am I supposed to do?
Just you have to pick a team.
Which team are you on?
I'm on the blue team.
How do you play?
It's like it's a shooting game. So, however, I'm not exactly sure on mobile. All I know is that it works on mobile. I'm not sure how it does though.
What's your gun?
Oh well, so the way this game mode works is each time you get a kill, you get a different weapon.
Oh.
So each time you kill someone, you get a new weapon. I'm actually better at this game than I thought I was.
I killed someone and I didn't get a new weapon.
Yeah, you have to like I don't know if it's kill. It might be like a certain number of kills, but you have to completely kill them. It's not an assist. You have to completely kill them without help of someone else. What?
I keep getting killed by SMGs.
You just... Yeah, the SMGs do get annoying. Reload, reload, reload. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck?
Wait, what? Someone bombed the other. Someone used a bomb. Where are you?
Wait, are you on the blue team?
Yeah, I'm on the blue team. I got a new weapon, and I died.
This weapon is bad.
Which one, the green one?
No, it's the one that shoots the ice balls or whatever.
Wait, great. No, your weapon is good. I have a sniper.
Snipers are really good. I'm really good with snipers in this game. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I keep right-clicking to aim because I'm just so used to that. But this game, this weapon just doesn't like that. George, don't you think this is fun? This is actually more fun.
No, it's not fun.
This is way more... Yeah, well, yeah, it's not fun on mobile, and it's also not fun when you're bad at the game. Once you get good at it, though, it's fun. It's like this with all games. I used to hate jailbreak just because I was bad at it. But it's really fun. It's like, it's way better than Fortnite. I don't know who likes Fortnite.
You wanna go try the zombie game?
Wait, we just joined. Can I play a little more?
Okay.
So close.
The other team is destroying this team. I got a critical hit. And I got a one. Oh, let's go. I got a pump shotgun. Oh wait, not.
No, I'm just gonna use my knife.
I got an AR. It's good. Better than the sniper. Do you each time get a better weapon or is it
No, it's not necessarily better. Why isn't my knife working? Why isn't my wife working? What? Knife, 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 knife. Oh.
I got an SMG. I got an SMG.
Huh.
I got lightning bolt. Someone lightning bolt. It's kind of sad.
Dang, I got 75 damage and then I died.
Oh, what is... I shoot explosives now.
This game is so good though. What? Why isn't it doing it? The gun's not doing anything. What?
Okay, I shoot explosives now.
Oh. I got 10th. What did you place?
Where does it tell you?
Right under the bar at the top, I think. Here, do blue team. I prefer blue
I'm gonna do
team.
agency.
Yeah. Do standard. And then 2 teams. So standard, 2 teams, agency. Do blue team. It's easier to do blue because then you just see red and that means enemy. I always mess up when I'm on the red team because I think blue is my allies.
Why does red always get better weapons?
No, this is fine. Better is a subjective thing. I got 99 damage on the guy. Oh wait, I got a new weapon. I just dropped a pencil. Imagine sniping with a shotgun. Ooh, an Uzi. What? I missed like every single shot. I didn't get a single shot. Oh, this shoots 3 at a time. What? How? What am I doing? George, you're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, good.
You wanna go try the zombie game now?
Wait, this is so fun.
I'm not getting the hang of it.
Yeah, because you just started. It's always hard when you first start.
Jailbreak wasn't that hard.
I hated jailbreak at first. I was like, this game is dumb.
Come on, give me some kills.
It just didn't, like, you just want to get a good weapon. So just get kills so you can get a different weapon.
I can't get any kills, that's the thing. You can take me.
What weapon do you have?
Stop your gun. Look behind you.
What's that? I can't see what that is. I have to, like, not get killed.
I died. I saw you. See up here. This gun.
It's not a bad gun. That's really good for close range. You have to get close up.
Well, I'm not gonna get close up without someone killing me.
I think with that gun, you can, like, fly. If you shoot it at the ground, you can fly.
You can?
I think so. I couldn't see which
No,
gun
you
it
can't.
was. What?
No, you can.
Okay, then it's a different gun. One of them, if you shoot it at the ground, you can fly.
I throw in the water.
I did too.
I'm switching to my stabbing knife.
Yeah.
And I died again.
But they did a pretty good job of making this game work on mobile. Most Roblox games barely work on mobile.
No, all of them work.
No, but like not as well. They mostly focus on PC.
Well, someone's not really dead.
Finally, a different weapon.
SMG spam. SMG spam and they're not
Like,
alone.
what kind of weapon is this?
SMG spam and they're teaming. They're not alone.
Bruh. Why did I let that happen?
I one shot 100 got I got 100 shot
Not this weapon. I hate this weapon. This weapon's so bad.
I got got an SMG now or an AR. Either way, it's good. I like ARs and SMGs. I got a crooked. No, someone's coming. Oh, I got an SMG now. Crazy Tempting is camping again.
This weapon is garbage. I'm just gonna get my knife out.
You like my gun? You like my gun? Look at it.
Yeah, you have a good gun.
Yeah. Come on,
My weapon is so bad though. I'm just gonna use my knife and stab people.
Oh, I got a pump.
Or do that.
I got a pump shotgun.
Those are good. Can you shoot through the wall? I know some games you can. Oh no, no. You just killed yourself.
One of the enemies are at our base.
I just got the bad weapon again.
What is it?
The one that shoots those blue balls.
That is good. That makes explosion.
No, not these.
I want that. I will trade you right now the gun I have for the explosive gun.
Wait, does this actually like change when I jump around? Okay.
Oh, is this a fun knock?
Winner. Let's see how well I did. I did really bad. I got 11th just because I had a bad weapon most of the time.
Well, I placed 12th. I placed 12th. I'm right behind you.
Did Kitchen Chaos?
What?
Kitchen Chaos standard 2 teams. No one votes for 4 teams. And everyone always votes for 2 teams in standard.
Well, I'm gonna vote for 14, 15.
You're gonna be like the only person.
You don't know that. What team are you on?
Blue. Oh, this is a good weapon.
Yeah, not bad.
Except the fact that I'm reloading right now. What?
I hate the lightning gun.
What?
I hate the lightning gun. Who has the lightning gun? The lightning gun is zapping.
Nice try, buddy. You too, buddy. Oh, dang it. What? What? How?
Who is that?
I have a good weapon, though. I have a really good weapon.
No, what, the lightning one?
I'll show you.
No, the lightning one.
The Tech 9. Oh, that is the Tech 9, but it's surprisingly good. Okay, don't say the lightning one. In the bottom right, it tells you what the gun is called. See, right now I have the M79.
I'm going behind them when they so they don't see me. I'm shooting them.
If you're gonna go behind them, just use your knife.
Someone came after me with the knife. I used the knife. Person that can see the lightning bolt is doing money right now. Jimmy, are you still there?
Yeah, sorry.
Wanna go try the zombie game now?
In a minute.
I got her.
You have a good
I
weapon
exploded.
now?
Yeah, I got it. What is this called? This thing.
Just look in the bottom right, it tells you.
They're dead. I don't know. I have no idea. I got 97 damage on someone with my explosive gun. Only if I play the whole game is just done. So good. I won 26. Someone. Oh, I got a golden weapon. I got a golden weapon. What is it?
Yeah, I got that one earlier too.
What is it called?
I don't remember.
This thing. Look behind you.
Oh yeah, I had that one before. I don't remember what it's called.
Someone's here. Yes.
I have a sniper now. Finally! Now just time to go on the roof and snipe. Or snipe from here. That works too. Wait, I have another sniper.
Timmy, wanna go check out the beginner?
Wait.
Come on, just check it out. You haven't played it. You never played it.
You don't like this game?
No, not really. I guess they got better.
Let's finish the match.
Is there a way to guarantee what you have in the game?
Is there a way to what?
Like you join the server with one weapon and you stay with the whole game?
Yeah, it's a different game mode. This is classic mode. This is classic mode. I got 8th, not too bad.
I got 12th again.
I guess if you really want, we can play the other game a little. Wait.
Yeah, but in the other game mode, I'm probably gonna end up as what is it? With a pistol again because I don't have any weapons.
So you want to try it?
I'm gonna buy the I'm gonna use this one and a free for all. What one?
I don't know what game mode it was. I didn't look.
It was the 2 teams again.
Oh.
Okay, wanna try zombie game again?
Okay.
And I'm on the red team this time.
Oh, wait, didn't you say you were gonna try the zombie? Oh, okay. I'll join you back again.
No, I'm not. Wait, you wanna play zombie?
No, I'd rather play this. But do you want to play the zombie game?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't like it, we could come back to this game.
Okay. I'm probably not gonna play for much longer.
Okay, I'm gonna go join the zombie game.
Okay.
It's called Zombie Attack. You
Oh.
basically get a gun and you kill all the zombies that you see, or if you don't, they'll kill you. And then there's bosses like every few levels, and then you buy better guns and better swords and better stuff. Oh, and when you get in, you choose easy. Your only choice right now is easy because you have to be like level 40 or more to buy the hard one, or not buy. You get it once you're level 40 or higher. Join me.
Okay.
I'm playing easy just so I can play with you.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing you haven't played this game before.
Yeah, I haven't. Wait,
Okay,
I don't know. Is my stream stuck?
Come here. Come here.
Wait, just a second. Okay, there. I thought my stream was stuck.
Okay, you're in the game now.
Easy?
Look at my. Where are you?
Okay, but what are the zombies?
Okay, look here behind you. Look at my ice sword.
Oh.
And look at my gun. I have a Thompson.
Pistol and basic knife.
What?
I have a pistol and a basic knife.
Yeah, I got a Thompson and an ice sword. I'm unbeatable. Oh, and if you get too low, they're gonna kill you. You could, and if you die, you either have two choices. You could spectate, or you can join the zombies.
Do these
and be one of
games,
them.
do these guns not have to reload ever?
No.
Infinite ammunition.
Oh, they do. They do have to reload.
I'm not having to reload. I'm just sitting here spamming it.
Well, but you're using pistol. Maybe you're gonna have to reload later. Oh, so when you die, if you die, you have two choices. You can either become a zombie and be one of them, or you can spectate the people that still living.
Oh.
Oh, and the more zombies you kill, the more level up and more money you get.
I know, yeah, I'm killing a lot of zombies.
How much money do you have right now?
Wait, let me kill these zombies real quick, and then I'll look. How much money?
It's
I have $127.
100. Okay.
Wait, I'm invincible. Is there anything? Hey, Huba just told me that in 40 minutes he can play for the rest of the day.
Okay. Tap on the 3 red lines and you could buy more guns and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, this pistol's really bad.
Okay, try doing it.
Okay.
I'll protect you. You
Wait,
go
let
in.
me just kill these two.
Okay. Tap the 3 buttons and try getting something.
I can't afford any of this stuff.
Okay, look at this. Look at the swords then.
I'm not a high enough level. I'm still level 1.
What's the least gun you can get?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm only level 1. This is the first time
cannot
I've
get-
played.
Try getting the UZ. How much is the UZ?
The Uzi,
Yeah.
it's not even showing up.
What do you mean it's not showing up?
It doesn't say that there's a price.
Oh, you must be at the right level to buy it.
What the
Okay.
heck? Help, 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 help. This thing is in the way. Okay, there, that's better.
You must play some more to unlock the guns or swords. Once you get them. Okay, I'm a zombie now. I died. I'm gonna come get you. Wow. Where are you? I'm gonna come get you. Oh, I'm back. The round is over. I play now. Look at my giant ice sword.
Oh, wait, I have...
Grenade. You can throw those at zombies and kill them.
I just wasted it. I had only 1.
Oh, okay. Look how easy I can kill. Okay, I died.
Look how easy I can kill... Oh, wait, I died.
Oh, me and Krolos are playing this game.
I like Arsenal, too. I don't know why you don't like Arsenal. It's fun.
Me and Krolos played this when we were at the library one day.
Oh.
Oh, I will get you.
Okay, this one's a real person because they're jumping.
Yeah, that's me. I was gonna get you. Yeah, teammate, that was me. I was gonna come get you.
Oh.
I'm coming again. I don't give up.
You don't?
Unless the round is over, then yes.
My finger is getting tired.
Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes.
Yeah, me too. Anyway. I'm gonna like break my mouse because I'm clicking so much. Whoa, 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 is that you? Is that you?
No. I only have a basic zombie,
Oh.
which is green. This is me.
There's so many. So many.
Wait, did you die?
No.
Oh, so you're lagging. No, wave cleared. I didn't get to kill you.
Oh, that was you?
Okay, Timmy,
Mm-hmm.
do you like this game? Or no?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh, and after you defeat the boss, everyone's gonna spawn out here, and you're gonna go on a map, the next map.
Okay.
There's nine waves until the boss. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I now have enough money to buy the revolver.
Come vote. Come vote. Come vote.
Which one?
You can vote for the. Go for the alien layer. We're probably not gonna move, and there's only and just 3 people next to us. Okay, now we have 3. We're gonna win. Or we're tied. We tied. We tied. Who knows where we're gonna get? We get the. We don't get either one because we tied. We get the sewer. This is. I'm only gonna play wave 1. And when it's wave 2, I'm gonna have to go. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll go then too, because I might as well.
You can wait for Roblox to play this game.
I don't think I'll play. Maybe I'll join him again later.
Roblox has a very good gun.
Okay, I might play Arsenal with him a bit too.
He either has a better gun than me or a gun that's the same. Or maybe. I haven't hit.
Should I buy the revolver? I have enough money. Huh? Should I buy the revolver? I died. How do you become a zombie? Oh. Okay. See, how long have I been streaming? I think he had to go. Okay, I think, let's see, I think I've been going long enough. I think it's about time to call it a stream. It's been like almost 2 hours, so have a good day everyone. Thanks for watching, even though no one watched, and goodbye.